tonight. A storm is brewing, but not before week 3. We go around for the rivals, including Roncalli and Chatard, Plainfield and Mooresville. Let's go.
We're the Tri-West Bruins, and Friday Football Frenzy starts now!
From RTV6, Indiana's high school football coverage leader, this is Friday Football Frenzy.
Good evening. Welcome to week 3 of Friday Football Frenzy. Just ahead of the rain this weekend. Unless you're at Center Grove, a storm usually a brewing when top-ranked Carmel is involved. Our Brad Brown just in with all the highlights and joins us live. Brad.
Dave, thanks. It is one of the best early season matchups each and every season. Last week, Carmel went on the road for a hard-fought win at Valparaiso. As for Center Grove, scored 115 points in their first 2 games, but a true test tonight against the #1 Greyhounds. 5,000 fans packing the house down at CG. Carmel was up by 7 at the half. Defense making big plays in the third. Lucas Sinnis for Carmel stopping Lane Morris on 3rd down, but CG going back the other way. Watch the huge hit coming up here from Mario Swan. Get it outside. Boom! Taking him down. Trojans trying to make a point there. They're trying to make a drive after that. Watch this near miss, though. Luke Calvertson, Nate Wozniak. Oh, the big guy over the middle can't come up with it. So it stays 21-14 Hounds. We go to the 4th. Carmel up 10. Chris Perkins adds to that. Going to the goal line. Some of this replacement referees, well, maybe. Those guys did fine. Called the touchdown, 31-14. CG, though, didn't quit. Calvert to Wozniak. They're going to make up for it on this one. Big tight end taking it down to the 1-yard line, led to a TD and back to a 10-point margin. 2.5 minutes to go, though. Carmel gambles 4th and 3. John Lamper to Danny Dunn, moving the chains, move it ahead, and Carmel's going to close it out. Take the knee, take the win, and take the Copper Kettle back north with them. 31-21. Greyhounds get the victory. Wait for it, wait for it. There's the Kettle, and the Hounds will stay on top of 5A.
I told him, if you're going to be a champion, you got to learn to play from ahead. And we hadn't had to do that, which is, it's a lot more fun than playing from behind. But, again, hats off to these guys. I mean, they're a great football team. They're going to win a lot of football games. Coach Moore, they did a tremendous job here.
They could meet again in semi-state. We'll see. Yep, a couple of those guys. Fortunately, their moms may or may not know who they are. The Southport hosting Pike. Pike here in the white jerseys. Nice pass from Brent Lyles to Devin Pearson. They were up 14-0 early. The Cards coming back, though. Robert Webb to David Boyer, part of a drive, lead them down the field. And the Cardinals getting win at home. Southport 31, Pike 26. By the way, Southport and Perry, Dave, a big township battle next week. We look forward to that. And Ben Davis a winner tonight. They'll be 3-0 when they go to Warren Central next week. We've got some great football as we head into September.
A precursor of where you're headed, young man, next week. We'll see. Big win for HSE last week. Kind of a shocker, a win over Fishers. A must-win considering their pursuit of another conference title tonight, though, on the road at Brownsburg. Dogs and the Dark Unis in good. Isaiah Hightower. Brownsburg rolling. Southeastern playing from behind now. And coming up here, senior quarterback Ross Risley fakes the handoff, sneaks it in himself. But might be a bit of a letdown from their win over Fishers just last week. Tux Akunranebe. I need to work on it. I think I'm close on that. But I tell you what, this kid's a stud. Brownsburg wins it 42-14. They're now 3-0. How about our HTSN game of the week? Big rivalry. Plainfield hosting Mooresville, and Quaker fans have rediscovered their football team, and for good reason. First quarter, Quakers in red. The pitch to Austin Blevins. A couple of nice cuts, and he is gone. 28 yards. Plainfield looking good. Now, if you like that, you're going to love this. Again, Blevins. 10-5, touchdown. Still in the first, Plainfield up 14-0. Blevins with 4 touchdowns tonight. Turnovers a problem for Mooresville. Zane Odell coughs it up. Plainfield's Chris Clark, Johnny on the spot, scoops it up. Ensuing drive then, Jacob J. Up top to Chad Middleton, who brings it in. 4-yard score. Plainfield in a rout at this point. One defensive play I want to show you here. Not only can Middleton play receiver, look at the hands as a DB, defensive back. Plainfield big tonight. 55-7. They're now 3-0. Stay in Hendricks County. Up to Tri-West. The Bruins hosting Lebanon. Number 7 is Mitch Alexander. Once he gets to the sideline, he is gone. There he goes. 75 yards. And a bit of an upset. Tri-West wins at 40-16. Hands Lebanon their first loss of the season. It was a championship game at Roncalli tonight. Not literally, but when the Rebels host Chatard, you're talking 19 state championships between the two schools. Always a big crowd as well. Jason Spells among it.
The Bishop Chatard Trojans took their show on the road for week 3. The Trojans held their first 2 opponents scoreless, but that wouldn't be the case tonight. Roncalli Rebels strike in the first quarter to make it 7-0, and the Trojans would answer back. Pete Hartley with the score. Bishop Chatard scored twice in the first half, but they missed both PATs, and Chatard must settle for a 12-7 lead at the break. To the fourth we go, same score until the Rebels take over. Cam Schmock gets great protection and unloads. 30 yards to Aaron Snell, and the junior stretches out for the score. Rebels up 13-12 with 2 minutes left to go. Roncalli decides to go for 2. Rebels send David Holtkamp in motion, and Smock finds him. PAT 2-point conversion good. Rebels up 15-12 late in the fourth. Final chance for Chatard as the minutes and seconds wind down in the fourth. Sam Neighbors can't find anyone, so he takes off a 10-yard run, but he loses the ball. It rolls forward, and the Trojans recover. Vince Lorenzano's crew would tie it up with the field goal to send it into overtime, and it would take 2 overtimes to settle this one. Chatard wins it 28-25 in double OT. I'm Jason Spells for Friday Football Frenzy.
Crazy game. 4A number 1 Cathedral playing at Lawrence North tonight, but not against the Wildcats. Instead, they hosted Ohio number 3 Cincinnati St. X. Are down big at the half. Cathedral fights back. Connor Rice to Terry McLaurin for a 12-yard touchdown. Cathedral down 27-14. Then it's Connor again. This time he hits Whitewood for a 25-yard touch. And hold on, Irish on a comeback. Rice 215 yards, 3 touchdowns and a pick. But St. X regroups. Hilliard, 1-yard score. St. X wins at 33-27. Cathedral falls to 1-2. One more for you. Out to Henry County. 1A Knightstown hosting South Decatur with the flyover as well. It's pilot Trey Carroll on a T6. Pretty cool. Knightstown is ready. South Decatur on the board first, though. Chris Johannigan, Brian Balser. Nice catch. South Decatur up 6-0, but it's Knightstown. Jared Salter, 5 yards out. Knightstown big, 64-28. Don't forget, scores and highlights always available 24/7 on our website, theindychannel.com. Just look for the high school link, Friday Football Frenzy. When we come back,